Go live again. The other one cut out a bit too early, you know, because my internet was pissing about. My internet was fucking about, man. So I had to prematurely end the live. I think someone asked me about Prince Patel, you know, just before the last live cut out. Can't remember what he said. Who do you think would win in a boxing match out of Prince Patel and Shannon Contney? Or would you say that's pay-per-view? Would you pay 20 quid to watch Shannon Contney fight Prince Patel? That looked a bit gay, didn't it? That's why I don't like doing lives, because like when I do normal videos I can cut bits out, but you know that little bit there when I was like doing that with the bottle. Yeah, what are you lot up to? What's going on? Do you and Kugan like each other? All jokes aside. I don't know, he's kind of all over the place, isn't he? You know what I mean? Telling me to be safe, and then like messaging me the other day, you know, saying, give me your new phone number, you know, I want to have a chat with you. I don't know. I remember one time when he messaged me saying, no, he rang me. And he was like, yeah, I've got a really good idea. Tell me where you live. And when you're doing a video, me and Umar will just turn up in the middle of a video. It will be really entertaining. But I don't know. I just felt like he was trying to like find out where I lived, you know, so he could fucking... I don't know. He's got a few dodgy connections, hasn't he? MTK Global. Asking me for my address, you know, come on, man. Like, I'm gonna fall for that. I'm not gonna fall for that, am I? Come on, man. So he's ringing me. I don't know what the reason is, though. That's what I'm saying to you. Why are you ringing me? Like, you're gonna try and say to me, oh, stop having a go at me, you know what I mean? Come on. That's what these videos are about, aren't they? It's fucking... Kugan gives me the creeps. Just look at that picture. He's got that filter on, hasn't he? He's got that filter, you know, that eye filter. That's a bit, don't know, it's a bit fucking... You can't say it anymore, can you? You know, without getting shut down. So fucking, yeah, that filtered picture, two men like that, like pouting and that, it's a bit like that, isn't it? A bit too close to the edge for me, I think. What do you think of all this fucking filter, selfie culture that we're in? What do you think? I don't know, I think it's a bit daft. Like, I remember this woman used to message me, yeah. She started watching these videos, you know, like early on when I started doing the video. She started like messaging me, you know, like getting all sexual and that. Why the fuck am I talking about this? Like, this is what I mean when you've had a little spliff. You just forget what the fuck you're talking about. Why am I talking about this? Now I have to try and like rewind, you know, and just try and think about what I was fucking like trying to get to before I started talking a lot of crap. A woman on the internet wanted to meet me, yeah. So I mean, this weed fucks you up. Even when Kugan got caught with a spliff, you know, in that video, that fucking finish the lyrics video. Kugan got caught red-handed, didn't he? Who would you beat? Jake Paul would you beat Jake Paul in your prime? You know what, I've thought about that, I've actually thought about that. Like when I was really on it, before all this fucking echo falls. When I was on it, like the other day I thought, would I beat him? And I think I would, It's easy to say, innit? Obviously everyone's gonna say that, aren't they? When have you ever heard like a boxer go into the fight and say in an interview, I think I'm gonna lose? It don't happen, does it? So like, I'm bound to say I'd fuck up Jake Paul, but I don't know. I don't rate him. I think that Benn took a dive because he said that fight there got him paid more against Jake Paul. He got paid more for that fight than he did in his whole UFC career combined. So, money's, they're probably paying him peanuts. You know what I mean, to fight in the UFC. And I've heard a few fighters complain about that as well. I think they were complaining, to Joe Rogan. So, yeah, man. I think he took a dive because he's been hit worse than that. And Masvidal, that was like a lot worse though, and he didn't get up. So I don't know what point I'm trying to make there, but like, I just thought about that knee that he took to the face, innit? But he didn't get up, so I don't know what point I'm trying to make. So, but yeah, I think he just took a dive for the money. He was getting paid peanuts in the UFC. He's a wrestler, man. Tommy Fury is on about fighting him. It will be Tommy's hardest fight today. I know, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. That Tommy Fury, he's got more followers than Billy Joe Saunders, on Twitter and Instagram. Because he was on that Love Island money. But like, obviously Billy Joe Saunders is the better fighter, innit? So it just shows, don't it, that Tommy Fury in a couple of fights could be fighting for the world title. That Shannon Conley fighting someone number 9 ranked and just going around Watford with a little fake belt, saying, yeah, I'm a world champ. Do you think Kugan would have you back at IFL since your success? No, he's gone corporate, hasn't he? He's got a new sponsor on board, Everlast. So he's got Everlast, he's got MTK Global, he's got that. I don't know if he's got William Hill anymore. He's got that Debt KO, that seems to have fucked off, thankfully. But yeah, he's gone corporate, hasn't he? Everlast. So having someone like me on his channel, he won't do it. And he probably knows that I'm a better interviewer than him. He probably knows deep down. Kugan interviewed that Shannon Conley, after her fight. And she was like a bit emotional and she was saying, thanks to my mom, thanks to my stepdad, who's been like a real dad to me. So her saying that. I've heard her say that a few times, and that's probably why she said she was suicidal, you know what I mean? And she was having to go at Muslims, on Twitter. So she seems to be full of hate, slagging off Vanessa Phelps, calling her a fat slag. So I think that Conley has got a lot of hate in her. Because her real dad walked out on her. Which I don't blame him. So she's got a chip on her shoulder, hasn't she? Because her fucking real dad walked out on her. And her stepdad, kind of took her on. So Kugan needs to get into that. He needs to, delve into that a bit more, you know what I mean? Obviously, she's got a chip on her shoulder because her real dad walked out. Kugan should be saying to her in an interview, has your real dad tried to get in touch with you, since you've become a little fucking fake world champion and you've got a blue tick and you've probably got a few quid? Has your real biological dad tried to get in touch with you? Since you've become fucking famous. That's what he needs to ask her, don't he? He's just not asking the right questions, man. If I was working for IFL TV again, I'd be all over those fucking people like Shannon Conley, asking her questions like that. What Kugan is trying to impress Everlast, isn't he? He wants the whole pie. He wants to pay his fucking warp. Look at that filter. I had 6 wanks today and 9 yesterday. Alright then. So that kind of touches on what I was talking about, or I was talking about in the other live just before that one cut out. This guy's wanking, having 9 wanks a day. Yeah. I don't want to make these videos sexual, but like he just said it and it kind of caught my eye. He said he has 9 wanks a day. That's not good for you, man. You know, those kind of people there who just wank every day and they haven't got any like real like human interaction. They become depressed and they start trolling people, you know what I mean? And they start just slandering people on Twitter, you know, because they hate themselves. They say that hate people. So if you're hating yourself, you're going to fucking slander others. I know I slag people off in these videos, but it's true what I say, innit? It's kind of true what I say. Kugan's got bent legs, you know, he's fucking pouting, innit? Look at that. Shannon Conti's not a real world champion because she boxed someone who was ranked number 9 in the rankings. So you're not number 1. Beat number 1 and we'll say you're a world champion, you know what I mean? But don't beat number 9 and start fucking walking around Watford with your belt saying you've made history. It's fake. I don't know. I can't be doing with fake, man. Jake Paul. I wanted him to get smacked up. But you have to rate him, man. He's getting paid. You know what I mean? He's getting fucking paid, man. I don't know. I was going to say he's probably the 5th highest paid boxer in the world. Who is he? Canelo, Joshua. Who after that? He's, you know what I mean? Who's... Yeah, Jake Paul's getting paid, man. So is his brother Logan Paul, you know. Yeah, Tyan, who do you think would win between Jake Paul and Conor McGregor in a boxing match? Be safe, yeah. Probably Conor McGregor, you know, he's took knees to the face, elbows, you know, he's did well against Mayweather, didn't he? He got to like the 11th round. So McGregor, but Kugan sells sniff to Kelly Sunderland. Yeah, I don't know about that. He's making loads of money from YouTube, you know. You know me, I've only done like 60 videos and you know the money is quite good. It's quite good, you know. So you know Kugan, he puts out videos every day, don't he? You know, of him doing a fucking Zoom chat with fucking Gareth the arsehole Davies. You know why I call him that? Because like, I remember early on, you know, when like Kugan would be interviewing Eddie Earn. And you know fucking Gareth A. Davies, he'd like trying to like hijack the video on it, try and like get in there, you know, and just try and get his little 2 minutes of fame and just try and get a little fucking word in on camera, you know what I mean? That's what used to piss me off about him. So I thought I'd call him Gareth the arsehole Davies, you know, trying to hijack Eddie Earn's interviews and just, I don't like people like that. I like Robert McCracken. You know him, he's never like on camera, is he? He's probably not on Instagram. Even though he could milk Joshua's name for sexual reasons. You know, like that fucking AKA Skins. So Robert McCracken could be taking selfies with Joshua every minute, you know, to boost his sex life. But he don't, does he? He's low key, you know. When he gets interviewed, that's because someone's asked him and probably harassed him for an interview. But he's not about that life, is he, Robert McCracken? So I like him. Do you still have that Dyson that society's reject gave you? It wasn't even a Dyson, it was a Hoover, but you just call them all Dysons, don't you? But it was a fucking Hoover. And she gave it me, and I've stopped calling these women society's rejects, you know. It's a bit disrespectful. It's a bit disrespectful, man. Some women have done a lot for me, you know, bought me loads of fucking bottles of Echo 4s. You know what I mean? You know, that teddy bear there, some other woman bought me that, and it's kind of nice background, isn't it? A woman put me on her car insurance, you know, after I got done for drink driving. And my car insurance was really high. A woman, a nice woman who I used to call a reject, put me on her car insurance. You know, so I could get a nice little discount. So, you know, for me to call them rejects, it's a bit disrespectful, isn't it? So I've kind of dropped that title, you know. It's a bit fucking disrespectful, man. Yeah, fucking hell, man. Did you meet Ebony Bridges? No, I didn't meet her at all. I just don't know. She did well. She carried on with a black eye, you know, a big swollen eye. You know, the black quitter. He quit, didn't he? Because he had a blocked nose. So, like, that Ebony Bridges, you have to rate her above the black quitter. You have to put her above him, that's what I mean. He's fucking clown, innit? But I didn't meet that woman. I would have liked to. I seen in an interview that she said she got a boyfriend, so I don't know if I could have fucking banged her, you know, in that hotel she was staying in London when she boxed that Conti. Yeah, shout out to Harry Wizard. Thanks for the £5 super chat. Would Michelle Hall Phelps' ring look like a blood orange, do you think, Ty? Yeah, I don't know, I shouldn't have read that out, because I could get fucking shut down again. You know, because he sent me a little bit of cash, £5. He kind of like lured me in, and then I read his question. Would Michelle Hall Phelps' ring look like a blood orange? I don't know, man. I don't know. I tried to cut down, you know, sexually. You know, in my like second channel, Thai FL TV. My first channel was called Thai Boxing TV. But I got shut down, you know, because I was a bit too sexual. So I tried to calm it down. So, you know, this guy talking about Michelle Hall Phelps' ring being bloody. This live's a bit fucked up. It's a bit fucked up, man. I've already done a live, you know, like 10 minutes before I started this one. But the internet cut out. You know, my O2 internet cut out, and it was getting really slow. Why has Kugan turned to the drink? Don't know, he's got a kid on here. His kid's a bit fucking hairy. You know, his kid's a bit fucking... He's getting sleepless nights, isn't he? You know, like his silly adverts. So he's turned to drink. He's been drunk in every fucking video that I've seen for the past month. How much money do you make from these videos? Alright then, that's a really good question, you know. Just a quick shout out to Harry Wizard for the £5 super chat. How much money do I make from these videos? I don't know, I was thinking about this. I might set up another channel like where I talk about money. I'm not trying to make out like I'm fucking rich and I'm a big financial advisor. But like people ask me all the time like what I get paid, you know, from these videos. So I might do a different video, different channel talking about money, because like, you know, the money that I've made from these videos, yeah, I bought some cryptocurrency. And you probably might not know what that means. You know, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? You know, Bitcoin, it's a cryptocurrency, and it used to be $1, you know, to buy. But you know, now, about 9 years on, it's worth $60,000. So it went from like $1 to $60,000 in about 9 years. So this isn't that interesting, is it? But yeah, I just spent about £8,000, you know, of my YouTube money buying cryptocurrency because I missed out on the Bitcoin trend hype when it was like $1 to buy. Now it's worth $60,000, you know, like 9 years on. So because I missed out on the Bitcoin, I bought like another one who's like second in the rankings. But it's not interesting, is it? It's not that interesting. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Oh, the guy asked me how much I get paid, innit, for my videos. Yeah, man, I'm gonna set up a different channel and just talk about money, man. Because like when I bought that £8,000 worth of cryptocurrency, when I bought it, yeah, I went to bed at night. I woke up and like I made more money overnight just being asleep than I did when I bought Chris Eubank. And I got a fucking poxy little $2,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, I bought some Ethereum. I bought 4 Ethereum crypto coins for about 1,500. And then it kind of went up to like 2,000, you know, overnight or something beyond that. So it went up like over $1,000, you know, overnight. So I bought a few crypto coins, but has Michelle Hall Phelps ever given you beef on the internet? I blocked her, you know. I blocked her on Instagram because I accidentally liked one of her pictures by accident. Like someone sent me one of her pictures in a message, and I like clicked on it, and I like clicked on it too many times, and I liked one of her pictures, and I thought, fuck, I can't be doing with that. So I had to try and block her, you know, to try and stop her from seeing that I liked one of her pictures. It's a bit petty, that, though, isn't it? It's a bit childish, man. It's a bit immature, man. It's a bit immature doing that kind of shit, man. It's immature, isn't it? Shout out to Luke Mason for the £5 super chat. I beg you, step in the ring and silence that Jake Paul. You know, I was thinking today, before I did this live, and I was genuinely thinking this, you know, I was thinking I might go up to Jake Paul and just fucking smack him, you know, in his fucking face and try and knock him out, because I know I'd get a lot of publicity for that. And you know, this channel, you know, the subscribers did fucking go through the roof. I think, you know, if I smacked up that Jake Paul, just randomly, I was thinking about that today. I might get locked up for 2 years, but when I come out, I'd have a load of subscribers. So it balances out, don't it? But yeah, I thought about smacking him, man, but he's American, innit? So I'd probably be better smacking KSI. Smack that bitch up. No, I like him. I like all of them. They're doing well for themselves, I'm telling you. They're getting that fucking money. They're getting that posse. And they're fighting wrestlers. Ben Askren and that fucking basketball player. Nate Robinson. So yeah, I have to rate him. Shout out to Joe McCallum. Chris Eubank Jr. is a joke. Betting 10k on Billy Joe Saunders losing and pretending you're at that level when he's fighting Canelo and you're fighting Marcus Morrison. Mad. Fucking mad, innit? It's not mad. It's nothing new, is it? You know what I mean? He loves publicity. You know his dad. You know Nick Blackwell, when he got fucking put in a coma by Chris Eubank Jr. I think the Eubanks were glad, you know, that they put him in a coma, because like they got a lot of publicity from it. So I think they would have liked it. But yeah, this Eubank Jr., you know what I mean, fighting my little leftovers. And I'd gone downhill by that point, you know, in boxing. I'd gone downhill. I'd already gone out partying, you know, banging women. I'd already started to fuck up. Drinking and fucking sleeping around. So like, yeah. It's Marcus Morrison. It's not pay-per-view, this show. It's not. Cesaro's lost about 12 fights. And Joseph Parker's a bit boring, isn't he? He's not interesting at all, is he? Shout out to Luke Mason. Do you think Shannon Contney... These are going too fast. Do you think Shannon Contney became the slag of the group after losing all the weight? Fucking read that again. These super chats are too quick, man. I'm seeing double, you know. I've had about 5 spliffs and about 2 bottles of Echo 4, so you have to slow it down a bit. But yeah, keep sending the messages, man, and the super chats. What did this fucking guy say to me? Joseph Riddler. Can I beat up your YouTube? Can I what? Can I beat up YB for you? I can't stand that little cunt. Yeah, the YB. Yeah, I didn't watch him. I heard he was talking a load of shit, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's like when that Heavy D, you know, when he was trying to like cause beef. You know, he did a video of the Black Critter, and they were dissing me. You know, with Baby Ting. Baby Ting was alright though. But you know, Heavy D and fucking the Black Critter, they were dissing me, innit? And like that Heavy D, like I didn't pay any attention to it because like it's not really a meaningful beef. It's not really anything. You know, you're beefing with a reality TV fucking. I'm not gonna diss him. I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but I didn't know him. I didn't know him to like start having a backwards and forwards with him. And start dissing him, because I never watched any of the programs that he was on. You know, Storage Hunters and all that shit. I never watched any of that. So I didn't really have anything on him. You know, the Black Critter, I knew he quit against Josh Taylor. So I had something on him, you know, and I've got a lot more on him. Trying to dig up some dirt on him. Been looking at his Facebook, you know, trying to see what he's been up to, man, so I can expose him. Really like dissing him, you know what I mean? Why doesn't Kugan smile in any of his pictures? I don't know, I don't know, I'm not really into all that fake smiling shit, man. Not into all that myself. People, like, sometimes when I'm walking, you know, in the streets, somebody will say to me, smile. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean smile? Why are you telling me to smile? My fucking mum might have just died. You don't know me. You don't know what the fuck I'm going through. Why are you telling me to smile? Like, why should I? Who are you? I used to work in a club, you know, doing security, and people would always like come up to me and tell me to smile. I was stood there watching Josh Warrington against Kid Galahad, you know, in the bar. And like some idiot, some fat woman came up to me and told me to smile. Like, why would I smile, you know, watching a boxing match? Like, why would I smile just stood on my own watching boxing? I know I look fucking miserable, but like, don't know, so I'm not really into all that. Why don't Kugan smile in his pictures? It's up to him, innit? Like, just be yourself. Because, like, some people, they put on a fake smile, but they're depressed. Remember that Robin Williams from that film? What's that film when he was dressed up as a fucking woman? Transsexual. Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, you know him, Robin Williams. He was always smiling one ear and laughing and ha 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 and all that, but he was depressed and he fucking killed himself. So, like, you know, if he was just like looking all depressed, if he didn't put on a fake smile and people weren't thinking he's really happy, you know what I mean? Might be alive now, innit? People might have given him the help that he needed. So when you're putting on this fucking fake smile and you're depressed, it's no good, is it? It's no fucking good, man. Be yourself, innit? If you're depressed, you're depressed. I've never understood fake orgasms either, like, you know, when women like have fake orgasms. Because then, like, if you have a fake orgasm, like, the man will think, oh yeah, I'm finished. And then he'll finish, you know what I mean? But, you know, if you don't, I've had this conversation so many times with fucking people, you know. You know, if you're a woman, yeah, and you give like a fake orgasm, the man will think, yeah, she's satisfied. Now I'm going to go to sleep. So then the man will go to sleep and the woman's still laying there all fucking sexually frustrated because you put on a fucking fake orgasm. That's your fault, innit? You're laying there all sexually frustrated. Like, why don't you say to the man, like step it up, do this, do that, speed it up. You know what I mean? I bet Kugan's gone in bed, innit? He's banging all these fucking women. He was out on the piss one day with Benn, you know what I mean? So, says it all, don't it? Kugan wears onesies to bed. I still feel a bit uncomfortable about Kugan talking about him changing his daughter's nappies, you know. Still feel a bit fucking uncomfortable about that. You know, when he was talking to Cesar and he says he changes his daughter's nappies and he was really excited about it, wasn't he? You know, about taking his daughter's nappy off. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, man. Kugan changed her nappy 17 times. That's what I mean. He like remembered the number. Like, I don't know. Just found it a bit weird, man. How you remembered like that fucking moment 17 times. Like, it's a big event for him, innit? Posse and views. Are there any women on here? Any women here? Yeah, why is Kugan counting the amount of times that he changes his daughter's nap? I know, it sounds too weird, man. Sounds weird, don't it? You remember their birthday and their fucking whatever, but you don't remember that, do you? Surely. I don't know. I need to talk to a woman who's got kids and see if they remember how many times they took their daughter's nappy off. It sounds weird to remember that, but Kugan's remembered it, hasn't he? What do you think of Prince Patel's interview? I said this before, like Kugan bullied him, saying he's going to cave his head in. So Prince Patel's about 4 stone, so he's just not going to do anything against a fucking 17 stone man like Kugan. So Kugan's kind of frightened him, you know what I mean? And he's just doing interviews that aren't really all that interesting anymore. You know what I mean? He's calling out Charlie Edwards and Sonny Edwards, but it's not really interesting, is it? It's not really a beef that we're that bothered about, are we? Charlie Edwards and fucking Prince Patel or Sonny Edwards. So he's talking about that in his interview with Kugan, but no one really cares. No one gives a fuck. I don't know if it's because they're lighter weights and like people aren't bothered about those little flyweight beefs. Like, has there ever been any like lightweight beefs that have been really interesting? You know, in Britain, say, I don't know. I don't think so. Froch Groves, that was super middleweight. Eubank Saunders. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That Shannon Contney and that Ebony Bridges, they had a bit of beef, and that was quite interesting, wasn't it? But I think that was more sexual, that video. That you know, of her getting weighed in. It was more of a sexual video, wasn't it? It was more sexual. The fight was more of a fight. But I think that fight sold itself based on pussy, to be honest with you. Even though the fight turned out to be quite good in the end, I think it was more sexual orientated that got people's attention. Why is Derek Chisora fighting? Because he's getting paid millions. Sky box office, you know what I mean? Fucking. And even if he loses, people say, well, you've already lost about 10 fights, so it don't really matter. He's getting paid, isn't he? I don't know, he's kind of milking it, isn't he? How many times has Adam Smith changed Kugan's baby's nappies? Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I got shut down before. You know, talking like that, so just fucking leave it, man. It's interesting, isn't it? But it's, you know what I mean? I say it's interesting, it's sick, but I mean, like, Adam Smith, he tries to come across as a nice guy, don't he? You know, fucking smiling and all that shit. So you want to know who's who, don't you? You know that fucking Mayweather. He fought Carlos Baldomir, who got locked up for about 6 years, you know, for banging his daughter. So, you know, if Mayweather knew that, he probably wouldn't have boxed him, because he probably wouldn't have wanted to give a person like that a big payday. So it's like better the devil, you know, innit? So yeah, you know, if Adam Smith's a bit dodgy, I'd rather know about it, like. What do you think of Snoop Dogg's commentary? Yeah, you know Snoop Dogg, yeah. He's a fake Crip. I've watched a load of videos, you know, interviews from like real Crips, you know, on YouTube. There's a channel called Vlad TV, and it's a really good YouTube channel. They interviewed Mike Tyson the other day, and Zab Judah, and Adrian Broner, and Larry Holmes. You know what I mean? But they interviewed like rappers, you know, and Crips and Bloods. And like I watched a few interviews with a load of Crips, and they said that no one in the Crip community had heard of Snoop Dogg. You know, until he came on the music scene saying he's a Crip, you know, pretending to be a gangster. So Snoop Dogg, you know, he commentated on that Jake Paul fight the other day, you know, wearing a blue outfit, a blue Crip outfit. You know, with the fucking C word, like Crip. You know, he's a fake Crip, innit? But that's what that whole Triller shit's about, innit? It's all fake boxers, fake Crips. Fucking De La Hoya, he was coked up, but he's not on that, is he? He's on that. What's he on? I heard De La Hoya commentating and he was really coked up. You know what I mean? So yeah. Snoop Dogg's a fake Crip, man. He's not real. And like, you know, Tupac. You know, him and Snoop, they had beef, you know, towards the end of Tupac's life. Obviously, I don't know any of them, but I watched a lot of interviews, you know, with people who were close to them all. Really close to Suge Knight and Death Row and Tupac and Snoop. And all those fuckers. You know, Snoop Dogg, he used to like do songs, you know, with Tupac dissing Biggie. But then he got interviewed, you know, like, and he said he was mates with Biggie. So he's basically two-faced, isn't he? And he's wearing this blue outfit, you know, on this fucking show here with the C. And he's a fake Crip, isn't he? I don't know. And he's like, he's talking like, he don't give a fuck, does he, if one of them gets killed? He's just in there for the entertainment and the money, and you know what I mean? He's boxing's serious, you know. Boxing's no fucking baby thing, man. That's why you have to respect them. My respect for Shannon Contley has gone up a little bit. Like a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Just a little. I still don't like her. It's gone up a little bit. You know, when I seen her in an interview saying that her dad walked out on her, and that's made her bitter, hasn't it? And hate Muslims. And be slagging off that fucking Vanessa Phelps. She's full of hate. But I still don't like her. But yeah, Snoop Dogg was homies. Yeah, fuck you know. Snoop Dogg's fake. Snoop Dogg was homies with Tupac, yeah. And he was dissing Biggie in songs. And then he said in an interview that Biggie's his mate. You know what I mean? So Tupac was fucking angry at him, you know what I mean? Because he was like being two-faced and that. That's what I don't like. That it's kind of cringe, innit? It's like boxers, you know, who pretend to hate other boxers, you know, to try and sell a fight. It's a bit corny, innit? I'm not into all that shit. You know, when they pretend to hate their opponent, you know, and they do interviews and they start like screwing up their faces like that, and they start fucking saying, "Oh, he's this, he's that," you know, it's fake beef, innit? It's fake beef. It's like the Black Critter. He was dissing me, you know, on his YouTube channel and other channels. Then he was like messaging me saying, "Yeah, I'm just doing it for money. Yeah, I was trying to create a bit of hype." You know what I mean? He's fake. Fucking humble OD. I need to read some of these super chats, man. They fucking keep sending me money and I keep forgetting to read them. Right. Shout out to MI or ML or M1. For the £5. Please do a Posse and Views t-shirt. Please drink a Tenant Super on your next live. He's the money. Please what? Drink a Tenant Super on your next live. He's the money. Stay safe. Yeah, thanks for that. Do you give yourself haircuts? Why is my hair all fucked up? Yeah, man. The barbers are back open now. It's good that things are back to normal, isn't it? You can have a nice haircut. I used to cut my hair myself, you know, and then try and line it up. But I kept fucking it up. Jake Paul would smash you. I must say, I have thought about fighting him just like out of interest. I'm too low on the YouTube ladder, you know, to hit his radar. Sometimes I think, how would I get on with him? Because I smoke a lot of fucking weed now. Like, not every day, but probably twice a week, 3 times a week. I like having a nice glass of Echo 4s. It puts me on a good vibe. You know what I mean? People ask me questions all the time, you know, on Instagram, and I just can't be bothered to reply, you know, when I'm sober, but This is quite nice, isn't it? Tony Bellu's gay brother against Jake Paul, who wins? Yeah, you know, the last time I did a video about Tony Bellu's gay brother, YouTube deleted the video. So I had to put it up on my subscription page, Patreon, you know what I mean? So shout out to my subscribers on Patreon. What advice would you give to an up-and-coming YouTuber? Just start, just go, yeah? Go today. Set up a channel today. Everyone's got a phone with a camera in it. You can go on YouTube, the app, set up a channel, just go in it. You know how many people message me saying, yeah, Ty, you know, I'm thinking about setting up a YouTube channel. Will you be on my channel? And I say, yeah, no problem. Yeah, you set it up and let me know when it's ready to go. And they're like, all right, I'll let you know. And like, it just goes in one ear and out the other with me, like with some of these fuckers. Because there's so many people who have messaged me saying they're going to start doing a podcast. And they want me to be on it every week. And I say, all right, sort it out, let me know, yeah? And they're like, all right, I will do. And then you don't hear anything from them. So it's like I've said before, you know these fuckers who say they want to do something and don't, like a podcast or a YouTube channel. They've been watching Joe Rogan and he's been influencing them a bit. And he's giving them that inspiration to do a podcast or a YouTube channel, set up a YouTube. Just set it up. You know, Joshua. What did he say again? He said, less talk, more action, didn't he? It's kind of true, isn't it? It sounds a bit corny, but it's true, man. Did you see Joshua on the Jonathan Ross show laughing at his shit jokes? I know, that's what I mean, man. It's fake, innit? It's fake, man. It's fake. It's like Shannon Contney, you know, slagging off Muslims on Twitter. And then when she was getting slandered for it, she started taking a little photo with a little Muslim, you know, in a little mosque. Trying to fucking make out like she likes Muslims, you know, because she was getting slandered. So that's Eddie Earn, innit? That's his little PR media friendly group who have got her to take a photo with a little Muslim. So, I mean, let's read some of these questions out. It's starting to die out, innit? It's starting to fucking die out, man. I've had about 6 spliffs. I can't read these questions properly. Who hates Muslims more, Frotch or Contney? I don't know, that Shannon Contney likes Kugan, don't she? He's not a Muslim, is he? He's a Sri Lankan boy. I think Carl Frotch, like, I used to train in the same gym as him, and like, you could just tell that he was trying really hard to distance himself from Muslims. Like, even in the gym, you know what I mean? You could just tell he was a bit like that, a bit fucking hateful of the Muslims. You could tell, man. You could tell. So I think fucking Contney is probably less of a Muslim hater than a contradiction Frotch. Ben Askren was conned by the ref, or at least give him a 10 count. He said he was okay and put his hands up. That's what I mean. That's why I don't fucking pay for these fights, man. Because, like, sometimes, a lot of the time, it's not worth it. It's not worth the... So, you know, Liam Williams against Andrade. I tried to get a stream for that, you know, a free stream, an illegal stream. But, like, adverts kept popping up, you know, and it was fucking pissing me off. And an advert popped up, you know, when Liam Williams got knocked down. And I thought, fucking hell, why didn't I just pay for this? Just fucking pay for it, man. But yeah, that Ben Askren Jake Paul fight was stopped way too early. Lee Froch versus Andy Ruiz. Lee Froch is a bit irrelevant now, isn't he? You know, when his brother Carl Froch boxed George Groves, he was a bit relevant on it. You know, saying to George Groves, you're going to be in a world of trouble. A flat world of trouble. So he was a bit relevant then, wasn't he? Lee, that alcoholic Froch. He was getting a few interviews and he was just pumping out his little flat earth conspiracies and people were tuning into him and following him. But now he's a bit irrelevant, isn't he? He's trying to get back into relevance in it, but it's not happening. Ty, do you gamble? You know what? I spent about £8,000 last week on some cryptocurrency. You know, and I heard that Bitcoin went from $1 to $60,000 in about 8 years. I thought I need to check out this cryptocurrency hype, you know. I started looking into it and like I bought about £6,000 worth of cryptocurrency. And then I went to bed and then I woke up the next day and it went up by £1,200. So I made like a £1,200 profit overnight, just being asleep, you know, from the rising value of the crypto that I bought. So I made money when I was asleep. So I'd encourage people to get involved in that. But I'm not a financial advisor, so... You haven't got 10k in your bank account, mate. Listen, I've got more money than Tommy earns. You know what I mean? Which is fucking ridiculous, innit? He was a 6-weight world champ. Google says his net worth is $40,000. You know what I mean? So it's a bit fucked up, innit? I didn't even win an area title, man. I just set up a YouTube channel, started selling some shit merch, set up a subscription page, Patreon. I've got like hundreds of subscribers on there. Shout out to the subscribers on there, by the way. So yeah, it's just easy money. So that guy asking me what he thinks about setting up a channel, just set it up. Just why you just set it up? Don't ask, just do it. Less talk, more action. You know that Joshua with his little cheesy sayings. It's kind of true sometimes. Just fucking do it, man. I'm sitting here like this, drinking and just getting paid to talk a load of fucking crap. It's easy work, man. But I like interacting with the viewers as well. I don't just do it for money. I like interacting with the viewers. You know the problem is with these videos though, you know, being on camera like this. This is a true story here. You know, about a week ago, I drove to a takeaway, you know, in Sheffield. And like when I was on my way home, yeah, this car was like driving like next to me, you know, with his window down. And he was shouting, "Oi, Tyan, pull up now, pull up." This is a true story, you know. He was like, "Tyan, pull up now, pull up, pull up." So like I thought, who the fuck is this? I looked at him and I didn't recognise him at all. So like I pulled up. you know, just to see what's up. I pulled up and he was like sat behind me in his car, innit? And I was sat there like waiting for him to come to my car, and he didn't. So I just drove off, and like he started following me, and then another car started following me. And like I wanted to go home, you know, because I just bought a takeaway. I wanted to go home and eat and just chill, but this was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And the car was like following me, and I didn't want to go home because then they'd know where I live. So I was like going like in and out of little alleyways, you know, in my car, and he was like following me. So I was driving along this road, and one of them like overtook me and like started driving in front of me. And he like slowed down, innit, you know, so I had to stop. So I stopped, and there's a car in front of me and a car behind me. And I got out of the car, you know, to like walk up to the front car to say, why are you fucking following me? Like, what's up? And he drove off, and like the fucking police came in it, so they both like drove off. And it was just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? They're like the physical equivalents of a troll on Twitter. Like they're driving, following me around, yeah, but then when I stop and say like, what's up? They fucking drive off. They're fucking trolls, man. And I thought it had something to do with Daniel Kinahan. Because, like, you know, when I did a video, like, saying, oh, you know, them fucking, you know, them MTK Global fucking drug pushers. You know, they're giving Kugan cash in hand, you know, to try and get rid of that money. But, like I said before, I've got more criminal convictions than Daniel Kinahan. So I can't fucking go around calling him this big drug lord. And this big criminal, you know what I mean? You know, and I've got more convictions than him. So all this fucking... You know, if he murders me, Daniel Kinahan, he's got to murder Barry McGuigan as well, hasn't he? Because he was talking the most shit in that documentary. He's trying to bring him down, isn't he? Seriously, these cars were following me for ages, you know, and I thought, you know what? I don't know, you don't know who it is, do you? It could be fucking MTK Global, you know, putting some hitmen on me. Because, like, you know, when I did that video, calling them drug pushers, a few people, like, messaged me, like, out of the blue, saying, oh, listen, you want to take that video down, you know? You don't want those guys knocking on your door. Seriously, that's what people were messaging me. Baby ting. That's what he said to me. So he's like saying to me, don't fuck around with MTK Global, you know, don't fuck around with them. So, you know, when those cars were following me, I thought, I bet it's fucking Daniel Kinahan, isn't it? You know, trying to fuck me up. But Daniel Kinahan's guys aren't a joke, are they? They're like the real deal. But, you know, these little fucking guys who were following me, when I walked up to the car, they fucking drove off. One of them drove off, and then the other one. Just clowns, aren't they? That's the problem though, innit? Being on camera, like most of it's good though. Like I was about to walk into a little Jamaican takeaway, and this nice little Muslim guy, this little Pakistani man, he was like, yeah, I watch your videos, yeah, you eating from here, yeah? Come on, I'll buy you some food. And he like bought me some Jamaican food, and the food was like £8. So he gave the fucking Jamaican woman £10 for the food. And then he said to me, the guy who gave me the money, he said, keep the change. So basically he gave me a tenner. You know, this nice little Muslim guy, he gave me a tenner. So like, sometimes being noticed, it's quite good. But, you know, people are following you around and telling you to pull over. And then when I walk up to the car, they like drive off and start acting all daft. And I could have been like over the drink drive limit as well. Because you see how I'm drinking now. I'm still going to be over the limit like tomorrow. Because they say that it takes 1 hour, you know, for 1 unit of alcohol to come out of your system. 1 unit. Well, I've had 16 units. because I've had 2 bottles of Echo 4s that have had 8 units in them. So I've had 16 units. So I've got to try not to drive for 16 hours. But I'll probably drive. So you know those cars following me around, making me drive like an idiot, trying to get in and out of alleyways, trying to avoid them. The police might have been around, you know what I mean? And I could have got arrested for fucking drink driving, you know, if I was still over the limit from the night before. So yeah, these fucking idiots, man. Billy Joe Saunders called you Tyanbooth. Yeah, he did, didn't he? That's what he called me, you know, in his interview with Michelle Hall Phelps. He called me Tyanbooth, but then he kind of corrected it and said Tyanbooth. So it's one of them, innit? The guy gave me £20, Billy Joe Saunders. He gave me £20. You know, when he gave me a lift and dropped me off at the shopping centre. I got out of the car. This is when I was banned from driving. I got out of the car and he gave me £20. And he said, "Yo, here's £20. Go and buy yourself some nice food on me." You know, and then he drove off. So he gave me £20 for some food. So he gets my name wrong. It's not really a big deal, is it? It's baby thing. He got it right eventually. Yeah, he's got a lot on his mind, hasn't he? Fucking Eddie Hearn bringing in a load of fake judges. You know, trying to fucking try hard not to let any British judges into the fight with Canelo. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn is already planning Canelo's next fight. You know, against that Caleb Plant. Eddie Hearn's planning that, innit? So it's a bit disrespectful, innit? That's what I'm saying. He's not your mate, man. That's why I say little fake mates. You know, meeting them and shaking hands and how are you? Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, let's go for lunch. You know what I mean? It's all fake, man. Fake. Eddie Hearn wants Canelo to win because that's where the money is, isn't it? Tying. Does David Price look like a plumber? Be safe. Don't know. He's a bit irrelevant now, isn't it? It's not really that interesting, is it? We've got enough heavyweights now to not be really bothered about fucking David Price and who else? I don't like dissing people, man, but you know what I mean? We've got Joshua Fiore, Dillian White, Beyonce Wilder, we've got Andy Ruiz, and we've got someone else. Who is he? Usyk or Joe Joyce. One of them, any of them two can get in, but like, we don't need anyone else. So David Price is irrelevant, isn't he? The big stiff idiot. The fucking plumber from Liverpool. It's not really relevant, man. With his gay lover, Tony Bellew. Yeah, man. I don't know if I can read it out. Can't do it. It's about Nathan Gorman and his kids and fucking sex. Stop trying to get me shut down again, man. I'm trying to fucking be safe, you know, and stay clean and just try and be legit. Try and be fucking legit, man. But that's why I've invested in cryptocurrency, you know. I told you before, like, Bitcoin was $100 at one time, probably 8 years ago. Now it's at $60,000. So I've spent about $8,000, you know, on cryptocurrency the last week or two. Because, like, you never know. I never know when I'm going to get shut down. Like, my channel is going quite good now. I haven't had any warnings in about probably nearly a year since I set up this channel, TyFL TV. I've kept it quite clean. But yeah, you know, if they do shut me down, I want to still have like good investments, you know, in like cryptocurrency. So what crypto coins did you buy? I bought some Ether, which is like the second one below Bitcoin. You know, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. I bought about 2,000 coins, you know, in total. I don't like gambling, you know, like I lost £200, you know, on Kelbrook Crawford. I lost 200 quid, I bet 50 quid on Kel to win on points. And 100 on Terence Crawford to win on points. But then I had to like pay like 50 quid. You know, for that little shit streaming service who provided that fight, Premier Sports. I thought I could just like order it, yeah. Watch the Kelbrook Crawford fight and then cancel it. Cancel my direct debit, you know, and get a refund. But they said you have to stick with it for fucking 6 months. So it cost me 200 quid. But this crypto, man, the returns are fucking mad. Tyan, what happened to James Helder? I don't know, he was either skint, he was either really broke and struggling financially and he needed money. So he asked Kugan to buy him out and give up his shares. Or James Helder got bullied out of giving up his shares, you know, by MTK Global. Because like he kind of vanished, you know, when they kind of came on the scene, so... I don't know if he got forced at gunpoint, you know, to give up his shares. Because I don't understand the step down, you know what I mean? He went from interviewing world champion boxers, travelling the world. Like that fucking Andrew McCart. He's in Miami, innit? You know, for the Liam Williams-Andrade fight. So, this fucking Andrew McCart, he's pouncing around in Miami, innit? So yeah, it's one of them, innit? Tyan, are you ever going to get married? I don't know about marriage, I'm not really religious, so I don't see the point of fucking going to church and saying, yeah, Jesus, yeah, bless us and all this. I'm not really religious, to be honest with you. I used to be. I used to do religious studies at university, but I kind of fucking quit after about 2 years. I couldn't be doing with it. Then I started to get a bit more sexual, you know, like halfway through my studies. And I got a bit more like pussyfied. You know, I started going out drinking, so I started to become less religious. I used to pray all the time, you know what I mean? But nah, I just fucked it off, man. But yeah, marriage, it's a scam, man. I don't know. It's good to settle down though, innit? Because like most women that I fucked, I didn't even know their names. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything about them. I didn't give a fuck. Like, as soon as I banged them and like fucking I had a nice little cheeky orgasm, I just fucking wanted to get rid of them. Not all of them, like most of them, like 90% of them. So it's a bit meaningless, you know what I mean? That nice little 10-minute fuck. It's quite nice, innit? But you want something a bit more meaningful, you know, where you can have that connection with somebody. But like, marriage, settling down, you know, Kugan. You know, he's putting all these pictures up of him with his fucking baby mama. They're trying to act like a family man, but I remember when he did that before. You know, he was with a woman who had a kid, and if you get with a woman who's got a kid, like Kugan was all pally-pally, you know, with his ex-girlfriend's little kid. So, like, if you get all pally-pally with the kid and then you split up with a woman, you've got no access to that kid at all. The courts aren't going to give you any access to that kid. even though you might have spent like 5 or 10 years with the kid, you know, and you've really bonded with the kid and you've got to know the kid and you love the kid like your own. You know, if you split up with that woman, you're fucked. You're not getting to see that kid again. So like, I don't know. Nathan Gorman's wife is fatter than him. Yeah, I can't say anything, can I? Because I was having to go at Terence Crawford's fat wife, but it's a bit out of order, isn't it? I've become a fat cunt, you know, since I've stopped training properly. I've just started drinking, smoking, just fucking kind of gone downhill in a way in terms of not having a six pack and having a double chin. I've gone downhill in that way, but fucking as far as like money, like it's a lot better. I've kind of gone uphill, you know what I mean? So it's, well, you want to be healthy as well, don't you? DMX, he died, didn't he? He said he was on all these drugs and all this alcohol and fucking. But Hagler, he was quite healthy, wasn't he? He was always training, he was always in shape. He kind of died young, didn't he, Hagler? R.I.P. Hagler. He was only about 50, wasn't he? Do you have permission to put up all these pictures of Kugan on your videos? Be safe, innit? But seriously, can you be fined? No, because I've spoke to like a copyright lawyer before, and he said that because he's made them public anyway, it's public, like, you know what I mean? It's like saying, oh, if you take a screenshot of a man fucking a woman on Pornhub, so you record it on your phone for whatever reason, you can't get done for copyright, can you? It's one of them. So you can't fucking do anything. I spoke to a little copyright lawyer. Sometimes I've been done for copyright. That's why I spoke to like a little shit solicitor. Because like YouTube took down one of my videos, you know, because it had a little clip of Conor McGregor getting fucked up by that guy, whoever he fought last. Ran out of weed, you know. I could do with like 3 more spliffs. What do you think of Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders? Billy Joe Saunders will get robbed, you know. He's already been like complaining about fucking Eddie Hearn not bringing a British judge in, you know, Eddie Hearn, because they all agreed to it, didn't they, a few months ago? But now Eddie Hearn's trying to like change the fucking rules, you know, saying, oh, we're gonna bring in a couple of Mexican judges and we're gonna ban British judges because they can't fly over because of COVID, you know. But fucking Billy Joe Saunders can fly over because of COVID. They're just lying, aren't they? Eddie Hearn's trying to stitch him up. Eddie Hearn's all about £1 note. He's going to fuck Sky off. Go to DAZN. You know, and DAZN, they love Canelo, don't they? There's no British judges. Tyan, be honest. Have you ever blew your load in about 30 seconds and been embarrassed? Yeah, I have, yeah. But I don't really care. That's not really an issue for me, like. That's not really something I think about. What I think about is like getting a woman pregnant. That's what really fucking worries me. Like, just, I don't know. You know, just having some baby mama. Irritating. Like, just paying out child support as well. It's a big responsibility, innit? Do you wear condoms? You know what? I ain't fucked a woman for a while, you know. It's been a while, man. But that's been my choice, isn't it? Because like at first, when you're 18, 19, 20, you're all sexual, aren't you? You fuck any old fat cunt. It's all new to you, innit? It's all new to you. But like, as you get older, you just kind of get it out of your system. You know what I mean? So, and I had sex for a while, but I've had a few offers. I've had a few sexual offers, but it's kind of fucked them off, man. But yeah, shout out to the women who are offering me fucking sexual activity. How well financially are you doing? That's a good question, you know. I'm doing better financially sitting here drinking, talking a load of fucking crap than I was when I was getting in the ring getting punched and running up hills and eating little bowls of porridge and little tuna salad sandwiches. You know, when I was living like that, just fucking getting in hot baths to lose weight. Losing about 6 pounds, you know, all that's fucking... I get paid more to just sit here and just talk a load of crap, so... It's easy money, innit? So, you know, if you've got like a little interest, just set up a YouTube channel and just talk about it, you know? Everyone's got a camera on their phone, just do it, innit? Not everyone's about the cameras though, are they? Like Robert McCracken. He's a bit low key, isn't he? That's why I like him, you know what I mean? He's not all about the cameras, is he? Like that fucking Tundi. You know him, he's just trying to become famous, isn't he? Who else is really camera hungry in boxing? I'm not camera hungry at all. You might say me, I'm not, I don't. I just do this for fucking sexual reasons. You know what I mean? I just fucking like having a go at Kugan, don't I? And just slagging off Hor Phelps. I'm not doing this to try and be famous. I just like having a go at these fuckers in boxing. The Black Quitter. Shout out to AZ for the £2 super chat. Ramadan Mubarak. Yeah, Carl Froch hates Muslims, you know, but I like a lot of Muslims, man. I don't know, I can't. I like them. I live in this area and there's so many nice Muslim women, but they're pure, aren't they? They're not perverted like me, fucking Kugan. They're pure, you know what I mean? So they're not going to fuck around with somebody like me. You know, these nice Muslim women who live in these areas, it's full of them, man, but I've got no chance. Shout out to Damon Hill. Fucking Darren Hill, sorry. Thanks for the £5 super chat. No question, but just a nice little donation. Yeah, I appreciate that. IFL or Boxing Social, who's better? I'm going to be biased and say Boxing Social because Rob Tebbett bought one of my t-shirts and he's kind of mentioned me in a few tweets and he seems like a nice guy, innit? So I like him, but who's better? It's only him, innit? Really. There's no one else. Like Andy Powell, fucking... He sounds a bit cowardly, don't he, that Andy Powell? He seems a bit fragile. He seems a bit emotional behind the camera. He seems a bit scared, don't he? Andy Powell. He don't seem to be that manly, does he? You know, we've never seen him, but we've heard his voice, and he sounds a bit cowardly. You know, like he's scared of his own shadow, Andy Powell. So there's him, and he's fucking... What's his name? Rob Tebbett. But he's outnumbered, isn't he? Kugan. Umar, IFL Umar. That Scottish guy, Andrew McCart. Oscar Bevis. They've got fucking Razaban. whoever the fuck he is. So Rob Tebbett's outnumbered, but I think he's a better interviewer, to be honest with you. I think he's doing quite well, man. Shout out to Rob Tebbett for buying a t-shirt. Shout out to Darren Hill. Would you beat Jake Paul? I spoke about this before, and it depends, innit? If I fought him today, yeah, I'd get fucked up, like, because I'd run out of steam like I did against Eubank. I know Jake Paul's not a real boxer, but I don't even think Eubank is. When I boxed him, I ran out of steam, man, and just fucked up in the last round. But I don't rate Eubank. You know what I mean? But like, if I fought Jake Paul today, I'd probably run out of steam because I've had about 5 spliffs. You know, I've had about 2 bottles of Echo 4, so I'm a bit fucked up. But you know, if you give me like a couple of weeks, I'll probably smack him up. I'll probably do him in, man. I want to smack him up anyway, like just go up to him and smack him, you know, and try and get a bit of publicity off him. And I try and get a few 100 subscribers, a few 100,000 subscribers off the back of his name. Yeah, man. Have you been to the pub? I haven't been to the pub, you know, but I've got like a little security badge. You know, because a few years ago, I started working in a club and I went on a little security course. Got a little silly badge. So I can technically work in clubs, you know, as a security guard. So I might work, you know, at a club this weekend because there's so much posse about. You know what I mean? There's so much posse about. Posse. But you know, when you like talking to women on internet dating apps, you're not going to meet them. They're not going to meet up with you because they're hiding behind their filtered pictures. Look at Kugan here. You know, with his filtered pictures. It's a bit unmanly, innit? But like, women, a lot of them, they got like filtered pictures. And I remember when I used to work in a club, and I was talking to this woman and she was like, yeah, I'm on Tinder, the dating app. And I was talking to this really good looking man on Tinder and he wanted to meet up with me, but I didn't meet up with him because I knew that I didn't look anything like my photos because they've got filters on. So I knew he'd be disappointed in me because he was really good looking. So that's what I mean, you know, if you're on a dating app, you're wasting your time, man. Just fucking go out in it, go to a club. That's why I might work at a club this weekend, you know, with my little fucking silly security badge like I used to. Because, like, it's the easy fucking posse, innit? When I used to finish work, I used to walk home. Because I was banned from driving. I used to walk. I used to see all these women, like, pissing in alleyways. And I think, fucking hell. Yeah, it's quite good, man. How old was you when you lost your virginity? I was 17. Banging this woman on my mum's settee. It wasn't all that though, I was a bit nervous, you know what I mean? You know, when I was taking my fucking jeans off and I was trying to undo my zip, I was like shaking like a little bitch. Because it was my first time, I was like shaking. I remember just like shaking like fucking like a little hoe. And the fucking woman could see that I was like shaking. You know, I was trying to undo my zip. And it was a bit fucking shit, to be honest. I was too nervous, you know what I mean? I didn't used to drink alcohol back then. I didn't used to fucking drink, so I was a bit on edge, you know what I mean? I used to love Nassim Hamid. So I was always like on the boxing, even though I was training in shit gyms in Nottingham. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, so I was nervous, you know, banging this woman, and it wasn't all that. Ben Askren says, how old was the woman? How old was she? Why are you calling yourself Ben Askren? Come on, man. He got knocked out. Just fuck it off. Just fucking... What did he say? How old was the woman? She was like 18. I was like 17. You know what I mean? So yeah, she was legal. She wasn't underage. I didn't really enjoy it. I was a bit nervous. I was fucking shaking like a little bitch. You know, trying to take my fucking belt off, my zip. Trying to undo my zip. I've smashed loads of girls from Tinder. You say that? Are you being serious? I don't think you have. I could be wrong, but I don't think you have, man. A lot of them hide behind their filtered pictures and their fancy angles. You know, like Andy Ruiz. You know, when he was doing all that shit, all that fucking fancy angle bullshit. So I don't know. It's fake, innit? Shall I wrap this up? Shout out to Darren Hill for the £3. You and Kugan in the ring. Who wins? I'd smack him up, like, seriously, I'd do him in. I'd do him in, man. He's trying to be all nice and friendly, you know, asking me for my new number, saying he wants to give me a ring. I don't know what his game is now. I don't know what he's playing at. You know, all this be safe shit and messaging me saying great vid and then asking me not to talk about him with all these women. He's fucking up his relationship. Did you get on with Kugan at first? When I used to like work for IFL, it was called iFilm London back then. I didn't really deal with Kugan. It was more James Helder. He was the one who was messaging me. I think Kugan was a bit arrogant, you know, and he was like thinking he's above it. So he probably thought I'm not talking to him. You know, I'm fucking pally with Eddie Earn and Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Like, I remember when I lost to Eubank as well. And like, this was the very first time I met Kugan. And like, I lost to Eubank, yeah. And I was like in the changing rooms. And Kugan like came into the changing rooms, you know, with his camera. And he like looked at me for a second. And he thought, nah, I ain't got time for losers, you know. And then he fucking walked out of the changing room. And I remember thinking, he's so fucking shallow, innit? You know what I mean? I stepped in at 4 days notice. Fucking probably was winning the fight. And then I fucking messed up in the last minute. And Kugan's like looking at me like, nah, I ain't got time for the losers. I think that was like the early part of our beef. The early fucking beginning. You know what I mean? The cracks started to build up from there. You know, and then he told me to be safe. Yeah, this Darren Hill was giving me about 20 quid tonight, you know what I mean? That can pay for like 5 blowjobs in Sheffield. So I don't know if it's worth fucking drink driving again. Because I'm on like 2 strikes. 1 more strike and I'm fucked. So yeah, stop sending me money, man. You're just encouraging me. No, thanks for the little donations, yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's dying out, isn't it? It's fucking dying out, man. Oh, Darren Hill says I ain't answered his question. What was your question again? Sorry, man. I'm seeing double here, man. 5 spliffs deep. 2 bottles of Echo 4 deep. Prince Patel proper give Tyan love in front of Cruz. It was legendary. Yeah, it was quite good, man. I feel like I've been a bit too hard on him, like saying his interview wasn't that good, you know, because he's scared of Kugan nowadays. So he's trying not to offend him, saying he's a disgrace, you know, to the Indian race. So like he's been threatened on it, Prince Patel. So his interviews aren't as good, man. Even when he was slagging up Barry Jones, that was a bit disrespectful, but it was good viewing, wasn't it? And that's what it's about, man. It's what it's about, entertainment. You know what I mean? Just fucking try and entertain, innit? You know that Benn Askren who got fucked up by Jake Paul. He got more from that one fight, you know, than he did in his whole UFC career. And he was in Bellator as well. So he said he got paid more for that Jake Paul fight than his whole UFC and Bellator career. So this fucking Jake Paul was interested in it. I unfollowed him on Twitter, like on Instagram. I started following him, you know, when he boxed that fucking guy, Nate Robinson. I started following him, you know what I mean? But I couldn't be doing with him on Instagram. He was posting a lot of shit. I just thought, nah, I can't be doing with this. So I unfollowed him, and then I like followed him again. You know, when his fight with Askren was coming up, I followed him, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. I want this guy to get smacked up. He's one of them guys who he's like a car crash, and you don't want to see it, but you fucking can't help but look. So I tuned into his fight, and I think it was fixed. I think Benn Askren, it's hard to say he quit because the referee stopped it, didn't he? The referee was probably getting a little backhander as well. If Jake Paul was getting paid millions of dollars to fight in this fight here, you know, he can give the fucking referee about $2,000 and say, make sure you stop this fight prematurely. So it's all fixed, isn't it? Eddie Hearn trying to bring in dodgy judges, you know, for the Billy Joe Canelo fight. Prince Patel official. I'm getting loads of posse. Yeah, he needs to go back to that, don't he? He needs to go back to talking like that in videos. But I don't know, he hasn't really got like a big promoter like Eddie Hearn or fucking Fish Eyes behind him, has he? He used to be with Fish Eyes, but I think Fish Eyes got rid of him. Because he's a bit cringe, you know. So maybe being silly like that and slagging off Barry Jones, you know, who works for Box Nation. What's happening here? Is this fucking still going? I have to end this live, man. It's fucking about. Oh, fucking hell, man.